Hey guys, Grant Wortman with A Thriving Agent, and the last couple days I've been interviewing an amazing real estate couple who just a couple years ago were doing 17 closes a year, and this year they're going to close probably 150, 160, 170 properties. They're going to keep in their pocket at the end of the year $1 million. And I've been blown away by their story. So what I want to do in this video is just recap their exact steps over the last 2.5 years and tell you what exactly they did to have this tremendous growth in such a short period of time. And then if you're interested to find out exactly who they are, I would love to connect the dots. If you have any referrals for Kansas City, send them their way because they are amazing. But I'm going to keep their names secret for the purpose of this video. So, okay, get this. A couple years ago, 2017, this agent, she closed 26 properties in Kansas City, which was worth about $8 million of volume. And that was pretty good. That was all from Sphere of Influence. She was working hard. She wasn't doing online leads at all. And it was decent. It wasn't amazing, but it was decent for her. She was feeling good about it, looking forward to moving on up. But the next year, she did the exact same things and her business dropped almost by a third. So she only closed 17 properties in 2018. 17 properties. So she went from 26 to 17 and she kind of panicked and thought, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Like our money just took a huge hit. What did I do wrong? How did all this stuff happen? And they really started to look at things. They got to a point where they're actually considering downsizing, selling the house. Like, what do we need to do to get out of this current situation? Because it was painful. They felt like they didn't have any money. It was difficult. So, hello, who can relate? Anybody out there feel like their real estate business isn't hitting the goals that they hoped and things aren't going as well and you don't have the money to get where you want to go? Well, they started researching teams and people who were producing at a really high level. I'm going to try to speed up the story just a little bit. But basically, they started copying what other people did. They knew that they wanted to get into online leads, but they didn't have the money to get into online leads. So what'd she do? She hired a coach who was really, really good at open houses. And she began to do some mega open houses. It was November and December of 2018. She embraced this mega open house model. She didn't have money, but she did have time. And so she purchased 50 different directional signs for the open houses. Monday, she would find an agent who had a listing in her office if she didn't have the listing, and she would get an open house set up for that weekend. She would ask permission to do the open house no matter what, even if it went under contract. And then she would go that week and she printed flyers. She door knocked 10, 10, 10, so 10 houses on both sides and across the street, or 10, 10, 20. And then she would also put out 100 flyers in the neighborhood saying, come Friday night, we're having a neighbors only open house. She would put out 50 directional open house signs saying, come to the open house, come to the open house. This is in Kansas City in the winter. She had to take a drill with her every time she put a sign in the yard to drill a hole in the frozen dirt to get the signs in the ground. She's putting 50 of them up. She said the first time she did it took 2.5 hours just to put the signs out and then to go have the open house. But she was committed to it. She was using the open houses as a tool to get contracts, to have seed money to buy online leads, okay? So November, December, she busts her tail. She does a Friday night open house, Saturday morning open house, Saturday afternoon open house, Sunday early afternoon open house, Sunday late afternoon open house, 5 open houses in a weekend. And she meets tons of people, and while she's at the open house, she begins to schedule the next appointment with the people. So she'd have them sign in, she'd let them walk around the house, and she would say, hey, what do you love about the house? What don't you love about the house? What are you looking for in a house? And she would write on a notepad everything that they were saying of what they wanted in the house. So she's writing it down, and then after they're done sharing, she goes, you know what? Oh my goodness, I think there's a house just like this around the corner that's empty, and we can go see it today at 4 o'clock. So she'd done her research on where she was, she knew the vacants, and she schedules the next meeting before the person leaves the open house. She says those were the people that she ended up getting under contract, okay? So she puts forth a tremendous effort through the mega open houses. She meets lots of people. She starts doing lots and lots of showings. And then guess what? January of 2019, she closes six open house deals, okay? So get that, the whole year before, she did 17 properties, and then all of a sudden in 1 month, she closes 6, almost a third, or between half and a third of what she'd done the whole year before. Amazing. So she has this huge month, and she knew that she was using open houses to catapult herself into the next phase of her business, which was online leads. So she earned $25,000 that January. It was the most she'd ever earned. She took the money and she's put it all towards Zillow spend, buying online leads through Zillow. It was a 6-month commitment. So I think they told me that they started at $4,000 the first month, and then they quickly got a few under contract with that ad spend. So then the next month they bumped it up. They went to $7,000 the next month. They got more under contract. And then so the next month they jumped it up, and he said pretty quickly within a few months, they were at $10,000 per month of Zillow leads. Okay. I love this part of the story because it's crazy. So they were very normal agents. Okay. She specifically, because he had a full-time job, she was a very normal agent, doing just like you're doing, just like thousands of other agents in our metro area, doing decent business, but not amazing. And then all of a sudden, in just 2 months' time, she went from 0 ad spend to $10,000 a month because she found a system that was working for her. She basically killed herself working hard, putting effort into something that she had time to do through open houses, which allowed her to then have money to leverage towards meeting new people through online leads. And then as those started to work, she began to invest more and more in herself. All right, so 2019, it really starts working well. She said that she was trying to have 2 appointments a day. That was like mind blowing in her mind, to have 2 appointments a day. And all of a sudden she's able to start having 2 appointments a day. Then it continues and it jumps up to 5 appointments a day. And she's thinking, how in the world am I having 5 appointments? This is crazy. I used to have 5 appointments in a month, and now I have 5 appointments in a day. This is crazy. And then it continued, and she got to the point where she was doing 10 appointments a day, so that she was writing contracts any place off the side of the road that she could find, truck stops, pizza places, anything that was open, because she was so busy writing contracts. 2019, during that year, her husband quit his job and he came on board to help her with the business because it was going so crazy. And they ended up closing 115 properties in 2019. Continue this year, they continue to leverage themselves. They brought on a few more admin to help them with what they're doing, but it's pretty much still him and her and a few assistants helping them. So far, we're in September of 2020. So the first 9 months of the year, they already have 140 closed and pending deals for them. Okay. This year, they will bring in roughly $1.6 million gross commission. They have about $600,000 of expenses, and they're going to walk home at the end of 2020 with $1 million net, not including taxes. Okay. This absolutely blows my mind because 2 years ago, I met her 2 years ago at a lunch that we went to a conference, and there was a lunch there, a bunch of people in the coaching program, and I met her there. Very normal agent, just like you, okay? Just like you. Nothing crazy or different. You would have not said, oh my gosh, that's a million dollar agent. And I don't mean multi-million dollar producer. I mean keeping $1 million in 1 year. You wouldn't have ever guessed or said it. But what she did is she got focused on where she wanted to go. She utilized what she was able to do. So she didn't have the money, but she did have the time. And so she went crazy on these open houses. And then she used that as a stepping stone to get the seed money to then begin purchasing the leads. And then she continued with the open houses long enough to feel that the leads were working safely. And then she went real strong on the leads. Okay. And so today they're spending so much money. It's hard to comprehend, but they're also keeping so much money just in such a short time frame. So after I've interviewed them twice now over the last couple of days, just personally and then with a group of our agents, and I love the story. I just can't get enough of the story because to me, it gives me encouragement for every single person watching this video. Like, it does not matter if you have the magic personality. It doesn't matter what you currently have today. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Any of you guys, if you're closing 5 deals this year, 10 deals this year, 15, it doesn't matter. Every one of us is able to latch on to a strategy that's going to work if you will put forth a tremendous amount of effort to be better than anybody else in that specific field. Even if it's just for a short time, give it everything that you've got. Use it as a stepping stone to launch yourself into a brand new place with your business, okay? So listen, I hope that's encouraging to you. The more I think about the story, I'm just blown away because literally every agent that I see, this could be your story if you're willing to take some risks and invest in yourself and have a strategy that works and put forth a tremendous amount of effort, okay? So be encouraged today. This can definitely be you if you're willing to go for it. And I hope that you feel it's stirred to go for it, stirred to grab on to a new strategy and try a new thing and push your business forward and get to the goals that you're trying to hit with your family and with your business and with your life. So thanks for watching. I know that's a little bit longer one, but hope you enjoyed it. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.